Hey everyone, it's Chris here from Everyday Survival Gear, and today I was meant to bring you a review of a charger, but instead I got a review of the Eagle-i X6 Host. Oh no, it's supposed to turn on a much brighter setting. Look, memory actually works on this BLF A6 driver. Memory, yeah, so I was supposed to bring you the charger, but my phone keeps on overheating, so I decided to get this out. For a while now I wanted to do this review. I'm going to be blabbering on in a minute, so I'm just going to run down what this has. This takes a 17mm driver and a 20mm LED star, so MCPB or whatever LED board you want to use. It pretty much comes complete besides the LED and the driver. I'm going to go into more detail into that in a minute, but if you only want to see beam shots, fast forward now, because YouTube no longer lets me put a link in where I can fast forward because they're haters like that. Yeah, so a while ago someone on BLF asked or said he wanted some of these lights done. It was old lumens. And I basically wrote up a review like not a year ago, 8 months ago, and I never actually got around to doing the review of this light, figuring that there's already been 100 done. But yeah, I've got a bit of space to fill now. I've actually got 3 lights here that I've got to review, and that charger, and another charger on the way. So this week I should hopefully have one more video out, even though I spent the whole last week painting, like 5 days I was painting, so I didn't really get much done. Yeah, like what can I say, these are very well loved lights. I'm about to start to blabber on about it. If you don't like that, skip. Share the video if you don't mind, like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me how much you like this light. Let's get stuck into the review. We'll talk about the Eagle-i X6. Basically, you buy them from Eagle-i themselves. They're $22 for both, so $11 a piece, but you got to buy 2. These are probably the best host for the money that you can buy. So host-wise, these are cheaper than the C8s, and they come more complete than the C8 stock. So we'll run over what it comes with. Pretty much everything you see here it comes with, except for the clear tail cap, and obviously there's no light. So this is how it comes. You get a black tail cap, no driver, no LED inside because it is just the host. You can buy these already with the XP or HI in there, with a 3 amp driver. That's about, I think, $21 or somewhere around about there. I've seen them for a little bit cheaper actually. Yeah. Alright, yeah, so basically I should run over what it comes with actually first. Pretty much everything you see on this one here, it comes with. So obviously you get the whole body, you get the tail cap, the clicky, so it's a reverse clicky. You get the stainless steel, now I forgot what it's called, clip. You get the O-rings, we'll take it out. So on this side you get the AR coated glass. Obviously, you get that O-ring there. You get another O-ring that fits in here. So you get about 2-3 more O-rings that you got to put on yourself. It uses a retaining ring. It takes a 17mm driver, standard 17mm driver. You can see I got a BLF A6 driver in there now. It's actually got a lot of solder on it. I must have had it in another light that I had soldered down. And Eagle-i asks you whether you want a LED gasket either for an XML2 or for a XP or HI, so they let you choose. Doesn't cost anything extra. We'll pull it apart the whole way and just have a quick look around the light. I've actually got tape on mine, seeing that I've got this LED gasket shaved down so much, so I'll put a bit of tape around mine. You can see how low it sits, so pretty much the reflector's pretty much flat on the board. Yeah. So we'll measure the width of it. Obviously it's a little bit smaller than a C8. So it's only 3 centimeters, so 30 mils. So it's 1.5 centimeters, so 1.5, so 15 mils less than a C8, just about. So yeah. So the LED is a 20mm LED, 17mm driver. Comes stock with AR coated glass, as I've already said like 100 times. The lens is actually pretty thick. If you take it apart here, the lens is about 2 mils. We'll give or take. It's over 1 mil, but it's not quite 2 mils. But I'm not sure how accurate these calipers are. And the lens is in diameter 35 mils, so 3.5 centimeters. So yeah, I'll go grab a C8 and I'll bring it over. You can see in like width that the reflector is pretty small. In length, it's only 2.5 centimeters, so 25 mils. But overall, size of the Eagle-i X6 is a lot smaller than the C8 too. So even if we measure it at the biggest part here, it's only coming in at 13.5 centimeters. So you can see it's pretty tiny. I'll go grab a C8 and we'll compare the sizes. Alright guys, so pretty much value-wise, these would pretty much be the cheapest host for the best quality that you can get. No, I've already said that. We'll measure the battery tube by itself, just so you can see how tiny that it really is. It's only almost 7 centimeters, 6.8 centimeters, so about 68 mils. We'll throw it back together. Very, very easy to assemble. You can hear the threads, they sound really well. This can go in either way. I'm just going to wipe down the lens because I touched it with my grubby hands. Microfiber cloth only. The O-ring, I actually grease up the O-ring too. You don't really have to because it's going to make your lens dirty, but yeah, it'll help keep our water. I might once more wipe that down. So the good thing about these Eagle-Eyes is, the X6, is that even though it's a proper inbuilt shelf, there's no pill for it. You can put the reflector on, and the way that the head sits, you can see whether it's going to be hitting any LED wires. My one's pretty close, but it's not actually hitting. But the tape's on there just because it does sit so low. But it's just making it. I'm not sure how well you guys can see that, but it's just not hitting any wires. But for safety reasons, I put it on there anyway. Before I had this in there, I had a de-domed LED in there, and I was pretty much running it without a LED gasket, so that was just for safety. Like so, goes back on. Obviously, you guys know how a light goes together. The XPG3 in here is actually a pretty warm white tint, so it doesn't get the most output overall, but it's not too bad. We'll put this LG cell back in, tighten it up. And this is on battery check mode, I think. So yeah, that's pretty much the Eagle-i X6 there. The knurling and the design and the pattern is really, really good. I really like it. It's a little bit lighter than a standard Convoy C8. As you can see right now, it's a little bit smaller. Not a whole bunch smaller, just a little bit. Obviously, the reflectors are going to be quite a bit different size. You can see the C8 reflector is much bigger. You know, for standard use, I kind of like these X6s because it's a good mix between throw and spill. And that's pretty much what you want on an EDC style light. It is a little bit shorter and it is a little bit lighter, but it still is a fairly heavy light. The heat sinking on the X6 I would rate better than the Convoy C8 pretty easily. Even though it is smaller, these Eagle-i X6s are really, really good at dissipating heat. So yeah, that's pretty much these two together. Throw them all in, why not? Stock, it doesn't even come with a lanyard, but you can add your own, I guess. It does come with the clips, obviously stock, as I've already said. So you get the rubber boot for the switch, you get the switch itself, obviously you get the LED gasket, you get the O-rings, you get the clip, you get pretty much everything except for you pretty much get everything except for the LED and the driver. So all you got to add is the LED and the driver. Then you got a complete light. Now, probably the thing that people love the most about these lights would be their size, their look. They are very nice looking lights. And also you can get standard size optics that fit inside. And also LED like shelves, so the LED sit at the right height for the optics. They're all pretty easy to find for the Eagle-i X6. There's been so many triples and quads made of these that they're easy to find. So basically, if you were to go get quad XPL, then you use a something like a BLF driver, you could pretty much get almost 4,000 lumens out of this. People like to run two smaller cells and then run a XHP 50 or XHP 70 from these lights. Because the cooling is so good, they're very, very versatile, and they're very tough wearing lights. Basically, like, I treat these lights the same as I treat my C8s, and you can see the C8 is all worn around here and around here, while the Eagle-i X6s, they look like that they're hardly even worn. Now, the C8 is a great light, like, I do love it, but these Eagle-i X6s, like, they're finished a little bit better, I guess. Like, for the price, considering they're almost the same price, if not the C8 is a little bit more, these Eagle-i X6s are really, really good. Basically, yeah, so I never really done a review on them before because I figured most people know about them. But if you're not coming from a flashlight background and you want to build a first light, pretty much the Eagle-i X6 or the Convoy C8 would be my first go-to lights for you to choose. And plus, with the Eagle-i X6s, I've seen people getting about 400 meters of throw, 450 meters of throw. So it's not the best, but they can still be fairly throwy for such a small flashlight. Alright guys, now we're outside. We've got the Eagle-i X6 on. This is the one with the warm white XPG3. Pretty sure it is. Show me the beam. Yeah. This should just about be turbo mode. So you can see it's very, very bright, running the BLF A6 driver and an XPG3. That's it to 100 meters. So you can see it gets to 100 meters very, very well. My screen on my phone is turned right down, so I can't really see it. Look at it at the tree. See, so this tint of this XPG3 is actually pretty good. It doesn't glare out the tree at all on turbo mode. Yeah, it's actually like supposed to be a 13-degree night, and we just had a storm just come through. I can still see a bit of lightning. You guys would have just seen the flashes then. Yeah, a bit weird actually. I'm not gonna blame a country for it, but like, that is pretty sus. Like, you wouldn't usually get a storm in this kind of weather. It wasn't even raining before now. Yeah, it's getting a little bit warm, but nowhere near hot. And considering that these XPG3s run about 8 amps in this light, I've measured it out before in the past, so yeah, we'll step it back up. See, so you can see it's still got quite a big spill, so from there all the way to there, but then it's also got quite a defined hotspot too. I brought up my Eagle-i X6 with the XML2 in it. I might have to make one for you guys with a de-domed LED and show you how it does. It would actually go pretty good for throw, I think. I'll switch this one off and I'll turn the XML2 one on. So there we go, you can already see it now. Well, that was just a big flash. 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is with the XML2. This XML2, it's kind of a warm white. You can see it's nowhere near cold, but it's not that warm. We'll go to 100 meters. So you can see even with a big die LED like the XML2, it gets to 100 meters pretty easy. You can see it pretty good there. I reckon you probably have no trouble getting to about 300 meters, 250, 300 meters, like actual line of sight. You could probably see anything past there, because the lens isn't that massive, will be pretty hard. I actually brought out a C8 that doesn't have a de-domed LED in it for you guys to look at. Yeah, like, I kind of like this beam because it's not too throwy and not too floody. Yeah, so I'll put that C8 on and we'll see how it does, and then I'll go inside and check what the weather's doing. It's going a bit haywire right now. Alright guys, so this is the C8 with the XPG3 in it. So to 100 meters you can see the C8 is definitely more defined than the Eagle Eye X6. Obviously the reflector is a lot bigger. So side by side you can see they're pretty much the X6 probably looks a little bit brighter than the C8. That's just the beam patterns. These LEDs actually look like pretty similar. They're pretty similar, I guess, in tints. The C8 might be a little bit more white, I think, looking at it. So X6 to the left, C8 to the right. We'll do one of these X6s against the BLF A6 and see how it does. Should be a pretty good contest, those two. Alright, so this is the Eagle Eye X6 with the XPG3, and to the left and to the right is the BLF A6 with a pretty warm white tint also, as you can see. And it's starting to rain again. You can see coverage is pretty good with both of them. Obviously the X6 is still a lot more throwier. We'll try to 100 meters with the BLF A6, hardly gets there. Yeah, so as I was saying, the X6 or the XPG3, you get to the tree at 100 meters, obviously a lot easier than the than the BLF A6. Basically the A6 is modeled off a Eagle Eye light anyway. If it wasn't, actually it wasn't made by them, the A6 was made by Menka, but Eagle Eye also have a light that's similar to the A6. It's also similar to the S2 because they're both pretty much the same lights. Alright guys, yeah, this is pretty much the review done. Basically it's a great host, cheap, $11 US each. So they sell you 2 for $22. You get everything that you need with it. You don't need anything else except for obviously the LED and the driver. But basically, you know, you could wing that, put a D-Dome XPG2 in here on a copper MCPB for about $3 US, get a BLF A6 driver for about $5.50 US. So for around about $20 US, you can have a massive output, massive throwing flashlight. Alright guys, I'll bring you the video of the charger in a couple of days hopefully. I'll have to do it in my shed so this phone doesn't overheat. And as always, like and subscribe, and thanks for watching guys.